Oh, and welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation with me, your host, Owen, guys, the channel that brings you your team every single day and brings you all the news, views, updates, rumours, speculation, and whatever other words I can think of to do with Glasgow Rangers. Most successful team in football, the greatest team in football. Well, obviously, news today is breaking across social media, in particular on Twitter, as regards Jack Butland. Yes, the Jack Butland saga may well be about to come to an end. Jack Butland, the former England goalkeeper who has obviously been on loan at Manchester United, was an unused sub on Saturday for Manchester United in their 2-1 defeat in the FA Cup final to Manchester City. He's reportedly having a medical at Rangers as we speak. That has been ongoing, apparently. Butland, who was officially owned by Crystal Palace. It was announced yesterday that Palace would not be taking up their option on Butland, therefore meaning that he would leave on a free transfer because of the fact that Manchester United obviously had offered him a deal with increased wages, more than Rangers were prepared to offer. However, Butland turned down this deal as he's thought to favour a solution where he goes to a club where he can be offered first team football. Obviously being in the pecking order behind David De Gea puts him way down the pecking order at Manchester United, and given the fact that United have not given him an opportunity at all since he joined them on loan to actually play even in cup games, obviously Butland knows the future at Manchester United would be one of De Gea's understudy, barring a huge loss of form or a change of heart from manager Erik ten Hag. Now, rumour is that, well, not rumour, it seems to be the story now that all personal terms have now been agreed, which will make Butland one of the highest paid players at the club. And obviously, it's just the matter of agreeing to his, obviously, him passing a medical, obviously a medical that he would have already passed at Manchester United at the turn of the year. Butland has had no injuries since and is not thought to have any existing injuries or pre-existing injuries, which would rule him out of a move to Rangers. So it appears that this deal is a firmly done deal. Now, Rangers are getting a player whose current market value stands at, transfer market estimates, £1.5 million, and they're getting him for absolutely nothing, just obviously signing on fees and wages. That is all it will cost the club to secure the services of an excellent goalkeeper. Certainly someone who I think it will bring and add to the Rangers goalkeeping position, and I think will certainly develop it and improve it from this last season. Now, look, I love Alan McGregor. Alan McGregor is an absolute legend, but I think at times this season he did cost Rangers points with his unwillingness to come off his line. Obviously, the fact that Alan was getting older, he didn't have the speed to come off his line the same way that Bobby McCrory did at the end of the season, to be like a sweeper keeper and read the game. There's a number of goals as well where I think McGregor could have cut those opportunities out by coming for the ball and getting the ball, certainly something that McCrory had done, you know, a few times in these games that he's played, but that is certainly something that Butland does bring. Now, I will drop in the description to this video some links to some highlights of Butland in action, so you can see the keeper that Rangers are getting. I can't use the highlights on this channel, on the actual video that I'm making now, because it would be pinged by copyright. It's an exceptionally difficult thing to get round here on YouTube. However, Butland is 6'5". He commands his area. He was an excellent shot stopper. He was also a leader. A number of times he actually captained Stoke City during his time there due to his leadership skills. And that is certainly something that, you know, Rangers will value at the back, having that keeper at the back who can lead, who can organise, who can command not only his area, but also his defence. Now, Rangers are exceptionally lucky in the fact that we have had a number of exceptionally talented goalkeepers over the last few years, the likes of Chris Woods, Andy Gorham, Stefan Klos, Alan McGregor, are just some examples. There are multiple others, but obviously we're not making a video just about outstanding keepers at Rangers. What else do we know about Jack Butland? We know that in 87 Premier League appearances, he's kept 21 clean sheets. That represents 24% of his games resulting in clean sheets, which is a fairly decent return by Butland. Now, Butland, obviously, most successful spell in the Premiership came during his time at Stoke City. However, in recent years, he has suffered from a lack of first-team football. More by unluckiness, I think, than anything else, not by a particular loss of form, falling out of favour with managers, changes of managers. I think, you know, he's gone to clubs where managers have signed him, and then that manager has then been sacked. and he's obviously lost his place in the team because of that. He started his career at Birmingham City, where he was a youth product at Birmingham City, a very highly regarded youth product at Birmingham City, to be precise. Someone who was very highly thought of coming through the ranks and was always pegged as being a future England goalkeeper, certainly something that he did, and I'll touch on that in a moment. In terms of this is only Premier League here that you're seeing on the screen at this moment in time. In 2013-14, he made 3 appearances for Stoke City. 2014-2015, 3 appearances for Stoke City. 2015-2016, he was their starter all year, 31 appearances. Injury-affected season 2016-27, 5 appearances. Then in 2017-2018, back to being first choice, 35 appearances for the Potters. This was his most successful spell as a goalkeeper in the Premier League. During this time, obviously, he represented England. Jack Butland does have a number of England caps, 9 England caps to be precise. He also represented Great Britain at the 2012 Olympics as well, and was the Great Britain national team goalkeeper. He's also had loan spells at Cheltenham Town, Birmingham City, again, Barnsley and Leeds United and Derby County in the Championship. So has Championship playing experience as well. So there are more appearances on top of the ones you are seeing on the screen at this moment in time. He then went to Palace in 2020-21. We had 1 appearance, then 9 appearances in 21-22. None this year. Palace obviously undergoing a major change with obviously their manager Patrick Vieira being sacked and replaced by Roy Hodgson before being loaned to Manchester United at the turn of the year. Butland has also represented England at a number of youth levels as well, bringing excellent experience to that. Under 16s, under 17s, 19s, 20s and 21s. In fact, he made 28 appearances for the England under 21s. Had a very successful time as the England under-21 goalkeeper. Also was part of England's UEFA Nations League campaign bronze medal in 2019 as well. Butland is a very good keeper. He is someone I think will really add to that goalkeeping position and will really develop Rangers at that goalkeeping position. He's certainly someone I think that is an excellent signing, especially when you consider that we are getting him for absolutely nothing for free. At one point in time, it was estimated that Butland during his time at Stoke City was worth up to 22 million at those given the price rate and the estimated price rate that Transfer Market, one of the sites, estimate price rates and price values of players, and they use it by estimating what other players or the keepers have gone for around the world. And at that point, when Butland was at the top of his form and representing his country, he was estimated to be worth 22 million. Now, Butland is, of course, 30 years old, which is a prime age for a goalkeeper. Robbie McCrory is 25. He's still young for a keeper. 24, 25 is still considered very young. And at 30 as well, he's also seen as having a good few years ahead of him. At time of recording, there is still no actual news on how long this deal will be for. No news on the actual contract length, or actual finances have been released to the media. But that's obviously something that, clubs don't tend to do these days. They don't tend to obviously overly advertise players' wages or overly advertise obviously of contract, but certainly, Jack Butland is, I think, a great signing. In terms of size, he's 6'5". He is a big guy, and he's certainly someone I think, will really bring to this position. Well, guys, let me know what you think of the signing of Jack Butland. It will be, I think, officially announced later today, but it does seem that given all the rumours that are currently going around, or all the tweets that are going around on a number of sites, official and unofficial, that, he is undergoing his medical and he has agreed personal terms, and that deal will be finalised today. Speaking, I think, he will come in. He will be the #1 at Rangers. He is a very good keeper. Well, guys, if you want to check out the highlights, please do so in the description. Thank you again for watching Glasgow Rangers Nation. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you here on the channel. If you've liked the content, please hit that sub, ring that notification bell, guys. It's going to be a big week for the channel. 3 lives this week. We're going to try and put 2 to 3 videos out a day, as we're going to try for a massive 400 subs this week to get us to 2K subs, or as close as we can. So please hit that sub. 77% of the channel still not subscribed to it, so please hit that sub. Thank you for watching. We are the people.